So I have a theory.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so I wanted to lay all that out there just to give you a little bit of an easier job to sort through this.
I do have a theory though. Okay. That just kind of popped in my head.
Sorry, one more important note.
Okay.
Okay, get in here. I don't know how you sleep with all these lights. What are you scared of?
No?
Well, don't say anything. Okay, monster check complete.
Wasn't very thorough monster check.
It's not very thorough.
Huh?
Dude.
That monster's not very patient.
Dude, they're wrong.
We have the lights for a reason. There you go.
Oh, dude. This is... I've had so many nightmares like this. So many.
It's been around forever.
Oh, boy.
In the dark.
Oh, stranger.
It's like all those spooky monsters you think are hiding under your bed.
Ooh.
The sounds?
It's not real. What is this? It's the thing that comes for your kids when you're not paying attention.
You believe me? Don't you?
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
That's freaky.
Yeah, I would say so. It's a pretty effective trailer, I would say. So, yeah, Mason, we just finished watching the trailer for The Boogeyman.
We did.
Which is coming out in June of this year. So, typically, we're going to guess how we think the plot's going to unfold. Mason, what are your thoughts on The Boogeyman? What do you think the story's going to be all about?
Oh, I don't know.
No, can I help you out though?
Yeah.
So I did read a little bit. In this trailer description, they actually have a little bit about the plot.
Cool.
And we actually did talk about this movie a little bit in our possibly terrible movies of 2023 video, which is up by now.
This was on his list, by the way.
It was on the list of possibly could be so bad that it's good. So I did give it credit. I gave it credit. It had a possibility of feeling good. This trailer makes me think it might actually be half decent. That being said, there's been a lot of good, effective horror movie trailers that the movies themselves have been duds. So, and let me kind of give you an idea of why I think it still could be the case for this movie. So, in the description of the trailer here, it actually says that it's actually, so the therapist that you saw, which I also mentioned in that video, though I only got like a 2-sentence blurb when we talked about it in that previous video, and that blurb was, it's a psychologist, therapist, whatever, talking to a patient, like a mental patient, and that patient is explaining to that person about the boogeyman and that the boogeyman is abducting children. So we saw a small glimpse of that in this trailer, so I was glad to see I wasn't completely led astray. But it seems like really this movie is really focused on this family. And it turns out the dad of these 2 girls that you saw is the therapist.
Got it.
So that's the tie-in. So the owner of the house is the therapist. You have the 2 daughters, they're obviously getting tortured. And then you see him interviewing, having a therapy session with somebody. And that guy's explaining the whole boogeyman. So that speaks back to the 2 lines I found earlier. Excuse me.
So I have a theory.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so I wanted to lay all that out there just to give you a little bit of an easier job to sort through this.
I do have a theory though. That just kind of popped in my head.
Sorry, one more important note.
Okay.
The 2 girls, their mother just died recently.
Got it.
So obviously that's the man's wife also that died. So the man's wife, daughter's mother, just died before all this stuff started to happen. Figured that's also important to toss out there.
So I have a theory.
Okay, let's see what your theory is.
That popped in my head when, we were talking about, what you know.
Okay.
What if the husband is confessing he's confessing to the therapist saying that a boogeyman did this and all this stuff, but really he did it. And the movie that we're watching is his story in his mind.
Backtrack. Are you saying that the dad? You do understand the dad's a therapist?
Yes.
Not the patient being talked to.
Oh, I thought the dad was the...
No, I'm saying the dad's a therapist, so you can rewind that.
Right.
Or do you just turn your brain off as soon as you get with that theory? You don't know what...
I thought the dad was telling the therapist about this.
No, the dad's a therapist.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so the dad's a therapist. Mm-hmm. He has the two daughters that are being tormented.
Yes.
And this is all following the mother/his wife's death.
Got it. Cool.
And he also happens to have a patient that is talking about a boogeyman that abducts children. But he doesn't believe anything's trying to abduct his children, obviously, because it's a horror movie, and that's how that works.
Dude, I'll be honest, I'm lost. I don't know. Honestly, I'm lost. I want to hear your opinion.
Yeah. Well, let me just toss this out there. It could be really stupid. It's just a creepy ghoul that wants to abduct children. It's really that simple. You know what I mean?
I have no clue where this could go. I just don't see it.
Okay, well, let me toss this out there. Cool. I could imagine this being a ripoff of the Babadook. Have you ever heard of that movie?
I have not.
Okay, so the Babadook is a semi-recent movie. It's a horror movie, but it's really, so there's a creature in there called the Babadook.
Yes.
And it torments this woman and her family. But really, he is essentially a figurehead, a symbol for, I forget if it was divorce that she went through or if she lost her husband in death. But it was basically just a symbolism of the despair and the depression that they're going through after coming out of that relationship, both her and her family. Yeah. So I think this could be something similar, especially knowing that the mother died. I think it's a similar type of thing where it could be something where the dad is becoming detached from his daughters, thereby leaving them alone and to their own devices, which is leading to them feeling, abandoned and alone, and it's manifesting as this creature. Just to go from a super heady angle, but who knows? It might not be that at all. But if I were to take a stab at it, based on what I do know about the plot, I do think that's basically what it is.
It's like a figment of their imagination.
Exactly. That's coming from all of their collective depression or psychosis that's coming out of the tragedy, the trauma that comes from losing your mother at a young age. Yeah. So that's my attempt at it.
Well, I'm not smart enough to guess that.
You just haven't seen enough movies. Maybe if you saw the Babadook, which which I watched once in passing. I did not give enough. I should rewatch that one.
How old is it?
It's not that old. You can definitely watch it. Cool. But yeah, it's an interesting movie. But if you had seen that movie before, you probably would have came up with the same answer I came up. So it'll come with years, young one. Thanks for checking out this video.
Like and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about the movie in the comments below.
Let us know if there's any movies you want us to watch. Who knows? Maybe we'll watch them together.